World War II was one of the deadliest and most destructive events in human history. But have you ever wondered why it happened? Many people believe it was all because of Adolf Hitler, but the truth is much deeper. World War II was caused by many factors, including the unresolved problems after World War I, the economic struggles of the Great Depression, and the rise of aggressive leaders around the world. Let's explore these reasons and uncover the real story behind why the world was plunged into such a terrible war. The roots of World War II go back to the end of World War I in 1918. After the war, the winning countries wanted to make sure Germany would never be a threat again. This led to the Treaty of Versailles in 1919, which was designed to punish Germany. Germany was blamed for the entire war and had to pay enormous amounts of money to other countries as punishment. On top of that, Germany lost some of its land, had its military severely limited, and wasn't even allowed to defend itself properly. For the German people, this treaty felt unfair and humiliating. They were angry, and this anger stayed in the hearts of many Germans for years. But it wasn't just the treaty that caused problems. In the 1930s, the world went through a severe economic crisis called the Great Depression. Businesses failed, millions of people lost their jobs, and countries struggled to recover. Germany was hit especially hard because it was already weak from the punishments of the Treaty of Versailles. People couldn't afford food, housing, or basic needs. In times like this, people often look for leaders who promise to bring hope and change. And this is how Adolf Hitler rose to power. Hitler became the leader of Germany in 1933, and he quickly began rebuilding the country. He gave powerful speeches, promising to restore Germany's pride and make it strong again. He blamed the Treaty of Versailles and certain groups of people, such as the Jewish community, for Germany's problems. This created a dangerous atmosphere of hatred and division. Hitler's ideas were extreme, but many Germans supported him because they were desperate for change. While Germany was dealing with its issues, other countries were also becoming more aggressive. In Italy, Benito Mussolini became the leader and introduced fascism, a system where the government controls everything and focuses on making the country powerful. Mussolini wanted to expand Italy's empire and make it a major force in the world. Meanwhile, in Japan, military leaders took control and began expanding their territory in Asia. Japan invaded Manchuria in 1931 and later attacked China. These leaders, like Hitler, believed their countries deserved more power and land, and they were willing to use force to get it. But why didn't anyone stop them? After World War I, an international organization called the League of Nations was created to keep peace between countries. The League was supposed to solve conflicts and stop wars before they started. However, the League had no real power to enforce its decisions. For example, when Japan invaded Manchuria, or when Italy attacked Ethiopia in 1935, the League could only complain. It couldn't take strong action to stop them. Also, some major countries, like the United States, didn't join the League, which made it even weaker. This showed aggressive leaders that they could do what they wanted without facing serious consequences. In the late 1930s, Hitler became more confident and started expanding Germany's territory. First, he annexed Austria in 1938, claiming that Austrians were part of the German nation. Then, he demanded the Sudetenland, a part of Czechoslovakia where many Germans lived. Britain and France, trying to avoid another war, agreed to let Hitler take the Sudetenland in what is now called the Munich Agreement. They hoped this would satisfy him, but it only made him bolder. Hitler saw this as a sign that he could get away with more. The final straw came in 1939 when Hitler invaded Poland. Before this, he had made a secret deal with the Soviet Union called the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. This agreement said that Germany and the Soviet Union would not attack each other, and that they would divide Poland between them. On September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland from the west, and soon after, the Soviet Union invaded from the east. This time, Britain and France could not stay silent. They had promised to protect Poland, so on September 3, 1939, they declared war on Germany. This marked the official start of World War II. But it's important to remember that the war didn't just happen because of one event. It was the result of many years of tension and mistakes. The harsh punishments of the Treaty of Versailles left Germany desperate for revenge. The Great Depression made countries vulnerable and allowed extremist leaders to rise. The failure of the League of Nations showed that no one was ready to stand up to aggression. And the policy of appeasement, giving in to Hitler's demands, only made things worse. World War II teaches us important lessons about the dangers of ignoring problems and allowing hatred and aggression to grow unchecked. It shows us how economic struggles, unfair treatment, and poor leadership can lead to disaster on a global scale. Understanding these causes helps us learn from the past, so we can work toward a more peaceful future. What do you think was the main reason for World War II? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more simple and clear explanations of historical events.